Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would demonstrate how the doubler works in my diesel powered TJ Wrangler. Now I have a twin transfer case shifter set up in my Wrangler. One controls the doubler, which is just a high and low range, and the other one controls my MP231. I'm going to use the hill that we have right here to show how being in different ranges in different modes, i.e. high range, low range, four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, helps me ascend and descend the hill we have right here. So let's get to driving. All right, everyone, we're gonna first go down this hill and try to climb the hill in high range two-wheel drive. So the doubler is in high range, my transfer case is in two-wheel drive high range. So let's see how this goes. Even right now, I need to kind of go into neutral because the front is trying to push, as you'll see from the camera underneath. And steering is more of a suggestion than an actual input. Now, I've put it in neutral because my diesel engine is now not trying to push through the mud, but even still, the second I hit the brakes, I'm locking up my front wheels. And when you lock up the front wheels, you're losing a lot of your stopping power, but you're also losing your steering. And it feels really weird to go down a hill and you can't really control what you're doing. All right, everyone, now I'm gonna go down the hill in high range again to show you how the front kind of slides down this hill. Now we're going to try to climb this hill in two-wheel drive high. Now I'm trying to modulate the throttle. I don't want to spin. Find some traction. And that's it. That's as far as we got. Okay, now we're going to try 4 high. So that's 4 high, doubler's still in high gear, but now we're gonna see if the front wheels will help us climb any higher. Again, light on the throttle. Try to find traction. We're doing better. Wasn't easy. I kept having to let off on the throttle. All right, we couldn't make it up in two-wheel drive. We did make it up in four-wheel drive high, but the wheels were spinning a little bit. I could tell it was a little bit tricky. I didn't have a lot of confidence in it. So now we're going to try descending the hill in low range two-wheel drive. So we're going to shift the doubler now into low, and the transfer case is in 2 high. Let's try going down the hill again. Now, even in 2 high, the diesel's trying to push so much that I was losing steering again. And when I hit the brakes, I just lost the front completely. So essentially right now, this is the same as too high, because I'm having to put the transmission in neutral, and then I can basically descend the hill fairly easily. All right, transfer case is in 4 low, doubler is in low range. Let's see how this works. Now, currently the ratio is 7.4 to 1. Now what this allows me to do is barely be on the throttle if I want to, or I can be off the throttle, but I'm about spinning the engine at around 1200 RPM. And there's so little wheel speed that I'm not gonna break loose any of my tires trying to climb this muddy hill. Now, sure, it takes a long time, and there are other things I could do. Also, right now, my tires are at 35 PSI. I could air down my tires, that would help a lot. But, because I have the gearing, I don't need to air down my tires. Gonna climb slowly up this hill. Best part is I don't have to use a lot of the skinny pedal, but that's also the advantage of the diesel. I have instant torque essentially. Now we're gonna go down the hill in 4 low, low range, and I'm gonna leave it in gear this time. My foot is off the brake, but because I'm using the diesel engine and the first gear in my transmission to slow me down, I don't have to ride the brake. And because I'm using the drive terrain to control my descent speed, I don't lose my steering input. Steering is no longer a suggestion. I can just creep down this hill. And now we're at the bottom. I never had to hit the brakes, I always had steering, and this is the power of having a super low range on your 4x4. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. This is actually a bridge that my father-in-law and my kids and I built this past weekend. It actually connects our 2 properties. The small creek behind me is actually just a little too deep for me to try crossing in my TJ Wrangler, so we built a bridge. I'm actually really excited with all the areas I get to now explore. But anyway, I also realized I did not show all of the ranges of my transfer case and doubler, but a lot of them are redundant, meaning you can do the same thing but different ways. You can get to 4 low 2 ways. You can either be in 4 low on the transfer case and high range on the doubler, or you can be in 4 high on the transfer case and low range on the doubler. Those are essentially the same thing because both low ranges are 2.72 to 1. I have to say, I think my favorite range right now is actually 2 high on the transfer case and low range on the doubler. It allows me to go really slow when I'm out on these trails, but I don't have to worry about binding my front axle when I'm doing lock-to-lock steering. I really enjoy 2 low. But anyway, leave a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, you know too. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you have, as always, thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.